Hi, this is Loren Fogelman at the Inner Game for Winning Athletes. I love this quote. How you do anything is how you do everything. Imagine being at an event. It's a really important event. And during the event, you might have an equipment malfunction. Something just happens that was completely unexpected, even though you prepared as much as possible beforehand. Maybe the weather wasn't ideal conditions. Or you might have heard some news before the event that really affected you very deeply. It was personal news. Any of these things have happened before and can happen to you. What I've seen over and over again is how you act in an event is similar to how you might act under very stressful conditions in your personal life or your business life. Likewise, how you act in your personal business life is similar to how you might act under extreme conditions in a competition. Therefore, it's important to realize that your personal life, your relationships, your finances are not in one compartment, and then your sports and being an athlete is in a different compartment. There's this ebb and flow or continuum. Therefore, you can be in the lab in your personal and business life on how you want to respond to unforeseen instances, things that you just have absolutely no control over, and that will eventually affect how you end up responding to unforeseen instances during a competition. Just last week I was talking with one of my bowling clients, Al. He was telling me about a tournament that he was at where his first game was just really off. In fact, it was pretty much under his average. He bowled under 200 his first game. Now, typically, he would have just had that affect his focus the rest of the evening, been criticizing himself, overcompensating, getting really stressed out, anxious. His whole night would have been ruined. But with the inner game techniques that we've been working on, he was able to recenter himself, focus, connect with his goal, and as a result of that, he had bowled his best game ever. He finally hit his goal, his benchmark of having a 300 game. That was significant for him. Because he now has a 300 game, he is aware of what he's capable of doing. He's achieved a lifelong dream for him as far as being a bowler goes. His self-esteem is up. His teammates have renewed respect for him. He got recognized in the bowling alley as having gotten a 300 game. Some people never reach that in a lifetime. He now has a new goal for himself, and that would be to have another 300 game. But he knows that he can do it. It would be like a runner trying to break the 4-minute mile. You know that there's a possibility of doing it because other people have done it before you, but you haven't done it yet. But boy, once you reach that 4-minute mile, it's a game changer. And one of the things that we talked about also is what would have happened if he didn't use his inner game techniques. He would have been continuing to wonder if ever he would have had a 300 game. When he had an off game, he would have continued to have that inner dialogue of what he didn't do well enough, being self-critical, having that affect his self-esteem, not getting the results that he knows he's capable of getting because he's come so close so many times but just was not able to break that barrier. What I would like for you to think about is when something unforeseen happens for you in a competition, how do you respond? I would love to hear from you. Loren Fogelman, InnerGameForWinningAthletes.com.